Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce.
Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Divorce Happens, the podcast where we support you before, during, and after divorce with education, inspiration, and a little bit of laughter because, as you know, divorce happens and then you start fresh. We're here today with one of our Fresh Starts experts, Ryan. Ryan, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Ryan Carson, and I live in Connecticut. I'm a founder CEO that's been in the tech world for 25 years. I have two wonderful sons and a lovely wife and a cute dog. So that's me in 10 seconds.
Okay, Ryan. So you did something that we love here at Fresh Starts, which is you saw that there was a problem in the world and you decided to, formulate a solution. So can you tell us where was the problem that you saw?
Yes. So I've been in the tech space, like I said, for a long time, built and sold 3 tech companies. And after my last one was acquired, I was looking for the next thing to build. And I am best friends with my 3 sisters. So I've got a sibling tattoo somewhere there. And we talk every week. And about 3 years ago, 2 of them started to go through divorce. My parents had gotten divorced when I was a kid. And I just walked through that with them and tried to support them as best I could. And I just found it shocking how old-fashioned the divorce process was, how chaotic it was, how disorganized it was, how they had to, walk into this life-changing, disruptive process, not knowing anything and not being really guided except for by an attorney. So it just started to bother me. And I thought, there's got to be a way that technology and AI could help somehow. Not remove the humans, but somehow assist at an affordable price. So I started thinking a lot about it. And I started getting divorce books from the library. Thankfully, I'm happily married. So my kids started to freak out when they saw
Yeah, right.
the divorce books. And started to learn. And I decided, you know what? I think we can build a divorce assistant that kind of goes along with people at a very affordable price. So built Untangle. And launched it earlier this year, and it's been a really interesting journey.
I love that. So tell us what that is for people listening.
Great. So Untangle started off as sort of a guide and a helper. So you would sign up for free, you'd try it, and then Grace, who is the AI inside of Untangle, she would ask you some questions about what's going on and then sort of guide you to a task list of here's what you need to do in this order, just so you have a list of things to do in one place. And then she would help you gather your financial documents so that you could fill out your financial affidavit, basically help you fill out these unbelievably confusing, difficult forms, right? And it turns out AI and technology is very good at doing these things, right? And so launched the service. We had a lot of people sign up and try it and say it's wonderful, but we had actually very few people sign up and pay for it. And I thought that was interesting because it was only $299. So I thought, this should be pretty straightforward. And then we ended up having to pivot the business to actually serve apparently where the product market fit is. And so now we're actually serving law firms. We're helping attorneys go through the discovery process with their clients in a much easier way. And now the business is taking off, which is interesting. I think you just have to do what you have to do with businesses. But I know that the people listening are probably more interested in, well, okay, I'm thinking about divorce, or maybe I'm beginning to go through a divorce. Like, how can AI help me? So I have a couple thoughts. Now, Untangle isn't designed for pro se folks anymore. It's not the right product for you, but I've learned a lot building AI for divorce. And the first thing I'd say is absolutely use AI. Now, it, you can't trust AI out of the box to give you the
Right.
correct forms to fill out, the correct numbers per se, but it is a very helpful guide that you should add to your toolbox. So I often say to people, this is like the internet in 1999. Like everyone's going to learn how to use internet. It's going to help everybody do their job. AI is the same thing. So the first thing I'd say is pick an AI that you feel comfortable with. That is either ChatGPT, it's Claude or Gemini. That's kind of your choices here.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I would just choose ChatGPT. It's solid. The technology is good. It's $20 a month.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of tip one. This is the one thing definitely worth paying for. Pay the $20 a month for your AI. You get better, smarter models. So do that. That's thing one. Thing two is, and this is where it's a real hack and it really unlocks the difference between A and B is huge. So normal folks are just using ChatGPT. That's fine. But folks who are getting true value out of AI are using another tool that OpenAI makes called Codex. Codex is a new app. And you download it, you log in with your ChatGPT account, and you get a whole new level of power. So I would say to people, if you're getting divorced or you're thinking about getting divorced, pay for ChatGPT and then download Codex. You install it on your Mac or your PC, and then start talking to it about your divorce. Right? Gather your financial documents, start to upload them to Codex, start asking questions. What do you think are some things I should be thinking about my financial affidavit? Just get help, number one.
Yeah.
And then if you get an attorney, which a lot of people do, or you get a divorce coach, you're going to come better prepared. So,
Yeah.
step one.
Yeah, those are great tips. Those are great tips, Ryan. And I think AI is great for kind of that reflection piece, right? That you can say like, what should I be gathering? And, what would you ask? What should I be asking? All of those things. So I love that those are really simple. And yeah, I mean, obviously, you're not going to use it for everything, but it's great to prepare and it's great to know, this is a whole new world for people, right? And they have no
Mm.
idea. I mean, I use it to define things, right? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And
I've never
my,
heard that word.
divorce papers, right? It's like, you upload like a word, you're like, I have no idea what this Latin phrase and this legal
Yep.
term is.
What does pro
Um,
say? I don't even know what that means.
exactly. And, and I love to ask AI, like, what are questions I should be asking about this? Like, are there things I'm missing from this? Things like that. So I love all of that advice, Ryan. And for people that are at law firms listening to this, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you to learn more about working with you?
Thanks for asking. Right now, we only serve Connecticut. As everybody knows, divorce is a very state specific thing. And we are doing it correctly, which means that we have to really, really care about state law process. So we're only in Connecticut right now. We're planning on being national at some point. And number two, just go to untangle.us and check it out. Now, the idea is that we save you a huge amount of paralegal time. So as everybody knows, when you get divorced, you go through this thing called discovery, and discovery is brutal. You get served a list of things that you have to provide the other side, right? You're talking about W-2s, 1099s, K-1s, bank statements. It's everything about your
Yeah.
life financially.
Yeah.
It's a lot, right? And so what you're going to have to do is provide all these documents either to your spouse's attorney or your
Mhm.
attorney. And so Grace, which is the AI inside of Untangle, basically does all of the discovery for the firm. So she sends the list to the client and says, "Hey, I'm going to help you upload all these documents." We're talking hundreds of documents. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're freeing up the paralegal to focus on better things
Right.
versus, hey, page 2 of your W-2 is blank. Can you re-upload it?
Right. Right.
So
Right. Right. Yeah.
we
A
do
lot of
all
back
that.
and forth emails. Yeah. It reminds me almost of like college application, right? When like
Yep.
the Common App came out and it was like such a big deal for everybody.
It's
Yeah.
similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, Ryan. If somebody is listening to this and they are going through a divorce or considering divorce, as somebody that has supported a lot of wonderful women through divorce, what would be some words of encouragement that you could leave them with?
Gosh, I'm just seeing my sisters on the other side, and they are happy, they are healthy, they are successful. Their lives are better. And it was brutal for them. It was hard to watch them go through it. And it's still hard parts of it, but they are happier and better and even more alive. So I would say, as someone who's watched, my sisters who I love with all my heart go through this, they made it, they did it, and they are happier and better, and you will get there. Um, and the thing is just, use the technology. Now, we really do live in this bonkers world where you have these all helpful, all knowing, always on, always willing to help things called AI. And they don't know everything, but they are very helpful. So lean on them when you can. Understand that they make mistakes, but just use that as another tool. And you will make it through.
I love that. I love that. So many tools in the toolbox, and they're all necessary. If somebody wants to get in touch, Ryan, with questions, what is the best way? Just go to the website?
Yep. Hello. Untangle.us, or just email me hello@untangle.us. And if you happen to be on LinkedIn or Twitter or anywhere on the internet, I'm just Ryan Carson. and that's me. I've
Amazing.
been on the internet forever.
Me too. That's why I'm Olivia Howell. I get it. Yeah. Ryan, we appreciate you so much. And we always just appreciate innovators who take a problem and make a solution and turn that lemon into lemonade. Especially, we always love a guy who loves his sisters. So, big fan. And the links will be in the show notes. So if you're in Connecticut, definitely take a look at this, check it out, share it with anybody that you know. We're so happy that you're part of the community. Thanks for being here, Ryan.
Thank you. Take care.
Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.